Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
Ready, ready. Protein spill.
Watch the backer. Kill, kill, kill.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a give, right side. Hamlin, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 15, Lonnie. 15 line. Give me that ball, defense. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. He's going to take off with it. The ball comes out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Henderson will try to run for the first. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henderson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Darrell Henderson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after here coming up. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Seahawks nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wilson Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
He's checking.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They blitzed there, but to be honest, I don't know if it would have mattered had they blitzed or not. That run play was going nowhere.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult at times to figure out where that defense is coming from. But if you're committed to running the football, you can get people up on those linebackers, right? Those guards don't have to block anyone at the line of scrimmage. They can get up to the 2nd level and create some space.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10.
Ready up.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, tight.
2nd and 13. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Get him, boy. 6-6. Pull it high. Go.
Leads to 3rd down and 1.
Sponge. No.
They'll set up a throw. Going up top. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Check nickel.
Hey.
Check three.
One left.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Check safety. Watch twist. Kill.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Kill.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly. but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You've told me before it's tough to identify how to block a 3-4 defense. There wasn't a whole lot of blocking there.
And one other thing an offensive line coach told me, if you want to run wide against a 3-4, which is difficult to do because of the speed of the outside linebackers, it's often difficult for your offensive linemen to hit targets in space and create lanes for your guys to run through.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
1st down, Seattle.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Switch. Under 10. Under 10. 10. One left. Motion. Reset.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Alert. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, check. Kill.
36 power.
36. Slam. Kill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Falcons' 43-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Rush in.
And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Jim.
There. Hey, 0.
On 1st down, Nash. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Watch the run. Check 13. Listen. He's coming. We got double up.
On 2nd down now, it's Nash. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Let's go double count right here. Double count. 12. Check 37. Check.
On third down, Nash. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Hey, exit.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The end result, 21 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Mike 48. Stop your whining.
Now Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
You're not ready. 29 is the mic. Henry. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 29 is the mic. Left. Rip left. 29 is the mic.
To throw again. Wilson looking deep down. He's got a man. Complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First down, Seattle.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now they try the right side here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
315. Rap. Four down. Mike 2. Watch 2. You run. Mike 2. Hey, alert.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Double time. Alert. Watch 2.
Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll find Metcalf. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Henderson now on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, Alpha.
Second and 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hey, lock it. Step.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Man open, Rice. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on second down when they got the sack? Because on third down, zero pressure, all the time in the world, and he picks up the first down with that throw.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Leo.
They'll try the left side. Schofield, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Come on, set. Look, squeeze. 70, Indy.
Second and 14. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Rice. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
You got three down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, 0. Crunch. Undercrunch.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
Penny, a first down carry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Check.
Lady. Alert.
I'm coming.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Buying time to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, it hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Nash. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 24 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Defense wins championships, baby.
49, check 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Yeah, baby.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Safety creep. Check 3, check 3. Switch.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big deal.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 23-yard line.
Watch 2. I'm on.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
Lucky. Watch out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
19. Check 52.
Left. Tempo.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Hey, stay on.
He's crashing.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Rice. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll look to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. They'll look to throw here. That's taken in by Henderson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Exit. Hey, watch this.
They'll run on first down. Schofield. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. They'll keep it on the ground. Schofield. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
Mike 29.
You don't want none.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Here we go.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Going for... Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist. Check your hot read. Check. 4 down. Check.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson keeping it himself from 5 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Myers connects on the PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Seahawks 17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Say 5.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Check 4.
They'll set up to throw. He'll let it go deep for Foster. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Henderson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Short out. Hey, Echo.
He's coming, double up. Hey, check 24, check 24. Check.
Hey, lock it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Important extra point up and through, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Incomplete.
Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. After the interception, here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Seattle,